Thank you very much for your interest in learning about MoPlus, a powerful model-oriented programming language, and the MoPlus Solution Builder, the integrated development environment for effective model-driven development. In this tutorial, we will create and debug a MoPlus code template from scratch. I'm assuming that you've created solutions, generated the code, and have been exposed to the basics of the MoPlus language and code templates. If not, please see earlier tutorials on these topics. To begin, open up a solution that utilizes the Getting Started sample pack and has some entity data. We are going to create a new entity level code template. Open up the BLL class code template found under Entity category BLL. When creating a new code template, it's a good idea to start with a piece of sample code that best matches the kind of code you want to generate. We will generate our own sample from the BLL class code template and create a new template with that sample as a starting point. Go to the content section of this template and hit F5. Click inside the sample code area, select all text, and copy. Create a new code template. Call it MyBLL class code element entity category BLL. Click in the content area, type Ctrl-Shift-A, and paste. Update. You have just created a new code template. Are we done? Well, no, we have a little more work to do. Let's debug our template now and look at some sample code. The first thing that I notice is our beginning white space is missing. I'm going to turn off the Use Tabs feature to preserve all white space in our text. At the beginning of line 1, hit Ctrl-Shift-W. This creates a property tag. Now enter the configuration property Use Tabs, all caps, followed by false. Hit F5. Okay, this looks better. This code looks nice, but it's not based on any information in our model. Each generated file would look the same. It would contain actor information. We need to insert model information into our template content to get the results we want. The easiest way to do this is to iterate, starting with entity and global information first, and viewing sample code as you go. This class is currently called actor. We want to replace actor with the entity name from the model globally. Okay, we're going to replace all instances of the text actor with the entity name. If you are following along with your own template, you'll likely have a different name to replace. Go to the first instance of actor. Delete it. Type Ctrl-Shift-D, which splits the text into two groups. Now type Ctrl-Shift-W to create a property tag. Enter entity name. The name of the entity will be inserted in the content here. Now bring up the Find Replace dialog with Ctrl-F. Find and replace all instances of actor with the same tag information you just created. Use Match Whole Word and Case search options. Debug. Make any modifications until you are satisfied with your results. There are a few other global items that need to be replaced with data. For example, this using statement references your project's namespace. Replace the first portion of the namespace text with project.namespace. Do this in the Find Replace dialog to handle all occurrences. Make sure your solution has a project using the BLL project template. The namespace declaration has a feature name at the end of it. Replace that text with feature name. The created by username and created date tag info should be replaced with the user and now configuration properties, respectively. Debug. Update. Okay, this is starting to look good, but what about this fields and properties section? The set of properties needs to be different for each entity. Let's break up the text at the end of the region statement using Ctrl-Shift-D. Start a new line and type Ctrl-Shift-Q. This starts a new evaluation area. Type in a for each property statement block. Split the text at the end of the first property block Now cut that block and let's paste it within the for each statement. Delete the remaining property blocks. Debug. Update. In our sample code, notice that all the properties are the same. That's okay, we just need to insert property data from the model. Let's replace actor ID, or whatever your property name is, with property name. Do this in the Find Replace dialog. Use matching case and whole word options. Let's replace underscore actor ID with property name followed by the underscore case method. Debug. Update. I notice that all of our properties have the same data type and default value. We'll need to change those. Figuring out the data type and default value is a little more involved, so we will use the already existing BLL data type and BLL default value property templates. Let's make those replacements now. Debug. Update. Let's look at some sample code again. It's looking pretty good, but this constructor has the wrong parameter and assignment. We need to put primary key information here. We can accomplish this with the for each statement just like we did with the properties, but add a where clause to look at only primary key properties. We do the same task of splitting up the text, putting in the for each, and putting in property information. I'll just go ahead and do that right now for this parameter comment. Go ahead and give it a try for the parameter and assignment statement as well. Debug and update until you are satisfied with your results. Your constructor code should look something like this. You'll want to expand upon the overall template logic if you want to include base and other properties and whatever else you want, but this is a good start and you can look at other examples in the sample packs. Let's copy the output logic in BLL class code to your new template. Update. When we were satisfied with our template after debugging, it's time to try it out for real. To test your template for real, make sure you have a project that uses the BLL project template. Open up the output of this template. Change the call to BLL class code to my BLL class code. Update. Before you update your output solution, it is always a good idea to make sure your files are in source control or otherwise backed up, just in case something unexpected occurs. Go ahead and update your output solution. Open your output solution. Go ahead and compile your output solution. Whoops, what went wrong here? The attribute value is supposed to be a constant. Let's fix that in our template, calling a different template to get the constant values. Let's update our solution again. You may encounter other errors based on your model. For example, the Sakila database has fields with the same name as the table. Instead of using the property name directly, you can use the BLL property name or use a similar template with your own property naming logic. Iterate until your solution compiles, then you are done. Good work! Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Other tutorial topics are available at moplus.codeplex.com. The tutorials with smaller numbers cover simpler features, while higher number ones delve deeper into features and capabilities. If you have not already done so, please download the free open source product at moplus.codeplex.com. Also at the Download Center, you can get sample packs to help get you started quickly in creating models and generating code. Also, please go through the onboard help, which provides detailed how-to and reference. Happy coding!